Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to come on here real quick and just kind of show you guys some tips and tricks I wish I had known before my first playthrough. So we're just going to get right into it. This is going to be a short video. First, I'm going to go over the Burgage Plots. So, for example, I'm going to do a little setup here. All right, so we have 6 Burgage Plots, right? And you see these plus and minus buttons right here. If you just reduce the plot divisions by, obviously that first one didn't do it, but by reducing it by 2, this little shed popped up right here, and that's going to indicate that you can, once that the Burgage Plot is built, you can upgrade it to have a second house built, allowing for 2 families per Burgage Plot. So essentially, I just went from, what was it, 6 Burgage Plots to 4 Burgage Plots. So instead of 6 families, I now can house 8 families in a level 1 Burgage Plot. And just to kind of show you guys what it looks like, it's this little icon right here. You just expand living space, doubles the maximum family count for this Burgage Plot. And then just to show you guys what the end result looks like. So here we have a tier 3 Burgage Plot. And as you can see, I have 4 families living in there. Normally you would only have one family at level 1, another family at level 2, and a third family at level 3. But since I, had the 2 houses, that allowed for an additional population to be in that Burgage Plot. So we're going to be moving on to the next thing. We're going to go over the vegetable yield, chickens, and goats. So something that a lot of people don't pay attention to is that vegetables, the yield depends on the plot size. It says it right there in the description, and that's exactly what it means. So the bigger the Burgage Plot, the more vegetables you're going to be able to yield for your settlement. Let me click off screen here real quick. Show you guys. So as you can see right here, my sole income is vegetables. Now, I just got past winter. I almost always have bread, berries, and eggs, and a little bit of honey. But I just got past winter, so I'm running a little low on meat and the berries and the bread. So by the end of this year, I'll have some more food. But yeah, and then so the goats, and something I wish I had known about the goats is it does not matter how big the plot size is for the goats. You only get 2 goats. Same thing with the chickens. You only get 3 chickens per plot, so it makes more sense to have your chickens and your goats in your smaller plots, so you can mass produce those, so to say, and then have your larger plots for your vegetables, so you're just mass spamming a ton of vegetables, so you can always make sure that your villagers are at least fed. And then honestly, if I had done that with the goats as well, I would have even more leather. You get more hide, and I'm actually selling leather, which is one of my main money makers right now. And if I had known this, I probably could have doubled or tripled the amount of hide I'm getting. So just keep that in mind. The third thing we're going to go over is the development tree perks, right? So one thing I would recommend against is not doing what I did. I kind of went for the jack of all trades and just kind of took perks wherever because I kind of like the idea of them. However, I realized shortly after maxing this out that you only get 6 development perk points per region, and conquering another region doesn't add to that. Every region has their own development perk tree. So, it makes more sense to specialize in one category and then conquer another region, specialize in another category, and so on and so on, versus being a jack of all trades and not really specializing in anything. And the fourth and final thing I'll go over is the approval rating, because that's something that I messed up on my first playthrough. I taxed my people so much that everyone in my entire city had left. I had a population of 200, and unfortunately, due to raiders raiding it too much, people dying, not being able to bury people fast enough, and just taxing my people too much, my approval rating went so low that the entire population left the settlement, and no one was left, and I could not get people to rejoin my settlement. So always make sure that your approval rating's high. If your approval rating's high, that's going to increase your population growth. your morale for your militia. So if you're fighting very often, that's also good. You don't want to have a low approval rating. You guys aren't going to fight well. And how you get your approval rating up is essentially just making sure that your market is big enough to provide for everyone, right? So as you can see, I'm holding tab. You guys can see that, for the most part, all their requirements are met. And so that's allowing me to have 100% approval rating. If their requirements weren't met and something was red, like, yeah, this is a little indicator. Usually this guy doesn't have bread because he's so far from the marketplace that he's like the last person to get it. So if there's not enough bread on the marketplace, then he doesn't get that. So just keep that in mind as far as approval rating goes. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you liked it and if you'd like to see more how-to guides. This is just a quick little 5 things I wish I had known before starting my first playthrough, and I hope it helps you guys.